Grand Rising, you magical motherfuckers. It's me, Kia, here with another pick a card reading. I really like these. And today's reading is going to be the Retrograde Survival Guide. So you know we're in the thick of it. It started on the 9th. It's not going to end till like the 1st or the 2nd of October. And we're engulfed in that energy now. Once I started understanding what the retrograde is, I understood how to move through it, but not all of us know how to move through this chaotic energy. We have things confronting us from our past. Things are not functioning and moving and flowing the way we want to during this period of time for some of us. For some of us, it even gets technical because the electronics and things like that, they can get a little wonky. Everything is kind of backtracking, trying to, see where you are. What do you need to do to move forward? I always say this is a perfect opportunity to kind of be still for a little while and let those things that don't serve you fall off. But what I want to do is, like last time, I set aside 3 different spreads, 3 oracle, 3 tarot, and we're going to see, depending on which number you pick, 1, 2, or 3, we have some clear quartz representing deck 1. We have some tumbled tiger's eye representing deck 2. And we have a nice old chunk of amethyst representing deck number 3. Okay? So you go ahead, take a second, let it mull over in your brain, let it go through your spirit. Which deck do you resonate with? Go ahead over to my profile and pick your deck for your reading. You guys stay magical. Love you. Later. Grand Rising, my beautiful people. I'm here with your Retrograde Survival Guide, tips to get you through the next few weeks. If you pick deck number 1, the clear quartz, this reading is going to be for you. Ooh, excuse me. As I said, I pre-shuffled. I have 3 oracle cards, 3 tarot cards. Listen, this love has been following me. We got the lovers in the middle. All right, so we have the 9 of voices on top of no. We have the lovers on top of soul family. That's beautiful. And we have the 2 of materials on top of Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Okay? So, listen. And when I did yesterday's reading, I was explaining how, yesterday's daily reading, I was explaining how I did a love reading the day before because that's where the energy was taking me. I stay away from love readings. But the card that I pulled yesterday was the Lover's card. I don't remember which deck I used, but it was the Lover's card. The energy is pretty much the same. The Lover's card came out on top of Soul Family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Because we've been in this energy of love and relationships, I'm gathering that for group 1, deck 1, this is going to be your biggest challenge or your biggest obstacle moving through this space. Understanding how to deal with an energy or energies that are coming in of a more intimate nature. It doesn't necessarily have to be a lover or a current lover, I should say, that you're interacting with. But I definitely feel as though you've been thinking a lot about a particular person or someone has been thinking a lot about you. I get that fear of no is there. Whether you're fearing rejection or you don't know how to reject. I'm hearing more specifically, some of you don't know if you should reject. As this person comes back in, should you allow them in? Is this the right decision to do? What I'm hearing is that we've all been going through our own period of evolution. And although during this period of time in particular, the retrograde, I don't necessarily suggest people just welcome old lovers and relationships back with open arms, because this is that period of time where you start reminiscing and thinking about the past and wanting to call that person you haven't spoken to. But are you really ready to move in that direction? For the people involving this reading, I feel as though it's something you might actually want to take into consideration. I feel as though between whoever this is resonating with, there has been a substantial amount of elevation individually with you and that person. So you guys might find yourselves in a new place of understanding, a new place of, I'm hearing compassion. So where there was no compassion, there will now be compassion. I'm called to let you know that although this elevation has been taking place with the individual, they're still themselves. So while you will recognize certain improvements by your standards, they're still not, if you're looking for perfect, stop, basically. Some of you call in certain energies, certain situations that would be more desirable to you and what it is you want. But you don't give any leeway. So, and this is an analogy that I use with people all the time. If I say I want a 25 karat diamond, I ask the universe to give me a 25 karat diamond, and I want it to come in a blue box with a black ribbon on it, and I end up getting a box that is purple with an orange ribbon on it, and it still has my 25 karat diamond in it. Am I going to reject that box because it's not the color I want? The objective is to get the diamond, right? So some of you have been calling in with this Nine of Voices energy. You've been debating with yourself whether or not to say no, if they're going to say no, but you've been calling it in. When it comes in, don't get too particular on how it looks to you. If it's something you've been calling in, allow the universe to give it to you. You asked for it, it's here. If it's something that you haven't been calling in, really take the time to assess that energy. Is this the energy that I was calling in? And if not, what is my next move? Okay? But being mindful that you're calling. You're creating heavy during this period. Be mindful what it is that you're calling. And be sure that whatever it is that you're calling, you're ready for. Because I get the sense with all of this calling, you're not consciously aware. You're kind of just throwing thoughts out there. So, be sure that what you call in is what you want to come in. That's all I'm going to say right now. And this is going to be heavily, this first deck is definitely going to be heavily surrounding relationships. I don't like to use the word romantic because I understand the history behind it, but that's the only word that's coming to my head for you guys to get what I'm saying. The majority of this is going to be romantic, but it's not all romantic. This is us working on relationships that we have encountered in the past and choosing whether or not to move forward with these relationships or step away from them. And the choice is really yours, but it's really about allowing the universe to guide you, being mindful of what it is you're feeling right now, and really using that as your means for making a sound decision for yourself moving forward. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, whoever chose deck 1. And yeah, that's it. I'll be back with my daily reading tomorrow. Until then, stay magical, motherfuckers. Later. Hey, you magical motherfuckers, how you guys doing today? It is me, Kia, the spiritual advocate, here with deck 2 for this daily pick a card reading. Topic being the retrograde survival guide. What kind of tips or advice does the universe want to give you moving through the next few weeks? So if you chose deck 2, the tumbled tiger's eye, this reading is for you. Okay. I did pre-shuffle. We have 3 oracle cards. And we have 3 tarot cards. This is bomb. This is bomb. Now, deck 1 was all about relationships, okay? And if you're here, you probably didn't pick deck 1. You could have picked all 3. I don't know what you're going to watch. But I bring that up only because we have the star card on top of Dragon's Lair. And this brings me a little bit of concern because this is wish fulfillment, manifestation. But there's something going on in this energy, whatever it is you're trying to succeed at or accomplish or create. There's a danger lurking in the shadows that you might not be aware of. And I'm going to get into that in a second, but let me go through the cards and tell you what you have here. You have the Star card on top of Dragon's Lair, the High Priestess on top of making a choice, and the 8 of Wands on top of home. Listen, you're doing what it is you need to do. Things are definitely, even though the energies are a little, back and forth right now, or a little heavy for some of us, you are making fucking progress. Not only are you making that progress, doing what it is you need and want to do in your physical realm, but this progress that you're making is really, it's all about that self-mastery. Doing the things that's necessary for you to be your best person, for you to live your best life. You're making more divinely guided choices in this space, on this journey that you're going through right now. And the choices that you're making, okay. So that danger and what they want you to understand is you're your worst enemy. You have all of these things that are lined up for you, that are working out, that are growing and becoming fruitful. But there's something in your spirit that you might be questioning during this time. Don't question shit. Just let it be what it is. Sometimes we need to not do anything. The best action is inaction. So if you're moving into that space where you're questioning and you don't know what to do, if it's something that you don't have to do, let that shit go until you have to, okay? Don't let it sit there and eat you up inside mentally and emotionally. Like, whatever it is you're doing the fuck out of it. So let it be. And some of you during this time, you could be wanting to move. You could be wanting to build on your home structure. It could be so many things when you think of home, because home is not always the physical place for all of us. Home can be that space within our hearts. Home can be an individual. But whatever it is that you consider home, that you're working so hard to make better or to solidify or to put a firm foundation under, you're doing it. You have more work to do. But this is this is the universe letting you know that energy you're putting in is definitely going to be reciprocated. It's definitely going to come back to you. They're specifically saying tenfold. Some of you can't even fathom what it is that you're creating. But be mindful that your brain can be your downfall if you're not more careful about where you're allowing your thoughts and your emotions to go right now. Like, we don't even need to spend a whole bunch of time speaking on what your advice is really just being clear, staying diligent, not second guessing yourself, being decisive in the choices that you're making. I'm hearing some of you have come so far, and although you don't know when that breakthrough is going to come, and at moments you feel very heavy and weary, you're right there. You just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. It was a meme that used to be on like Facebook and stuff. And I love this meme because you see, it's like a split comic. And on the top you have one dude with a pickaxe going at the wall, chopping away at the wall. At the bottom, you have another dude in the same type of tunnel with a pickaxe, going at the wall, going at the wall. And the dude at the top, he gets frustrated. Like, I've dug this tunnel, I've been digging this tunnel for years, it feels like, you know, and I can't do it no more. I give up. And as you look at the comic, you see he was literally maybe 2 inches away from cracking through to that fucking diamond, and he gave up. And that's kind of what the universe wants you to recognize right now. Like, yes, it's taken a while and it's going to take a little bit more time, but you're so much closer to getting that rock, that diamond, that bag, that thing, that person, whatever it is you're trying to get. You're so close to it. Please don't give up by talking yourself out of it at this moment, because you'll regret it for the rest of your life. So this is a good energy to be in, because I don't really see too many outside things being an issue for you. It's not other people speaking or doing things that are going to give you problems. It's nobody coming back. I mean, they could come back for you, but your message in particular is not about all of that shit. It's about you and being mindful in the moment, right here, right now. This is what I'm doing. More importantly, this is why I'm doing it. And I'm closer now than I was yesterday. And tomorrow I'm going to be closer than I was today. And I'm going to get this shit done. And I'm going to show everyone. Not that I'm doing it to show them. I'm doing it for a better quality of life for myself. But all of the naysayers, all of those people throwing psychic attacks, whatever it is that you've been going through, you'll be in a position where can't nobody tell you shit no more. So just keep going, my loves, because you guys are some magical motherfuckers. I can't say it enough. I love you. I hope this was a benefit, and I will see you guys soon. Later. Hello, you beautiful, magical creatures, you. How are you today? It's me, Kia, the spiritual advocate, and I'm here with deck 3. And today's pick a card reading, the Retrograde Survival Guide, tips and advice that the universe wants to give you to get through the next couple of weeks. If you pick deck 3, this pretty ass amethyst, then this is your reading. Let's get into it. I did pre-shuffle. I pulled 3 oracle cards. And I pulled 3 tarot cards before I started. So let's lay them out and see what the message is. Listen. We don't want nobody playing with your dome. Whether it be you or someone outside of self. The last thing we need is things interfering with our thought process. I say this because as I look in the middle column, I have the devil on top of your crown chakra, the unlimited self. You're either allowing someone or you're doing it to yourself, talking yourself out of because you don't know. Okay, let me go to the beginning. So we have the moon on top of solar plexus chakra. We have the devil on top of crown chakra. And we have the Princess of Cups on top of Mount Shasta. Listen, you are giving your fucking power away. And that is not what we are supposed to do. Because you see yourself moving into a space of unknown. You don't know the energy. It's unfamiliar to you. Some of you might not know the physical aspects, the people, the environment. But whatever this is, I feel like this deck in particular, these cards in particular, whoever they're resonating with, it's a high sense of anxiety around this energy right now. And this is anxiety that most of you are creating for yourselves because you're not tapping in the way you should. You don't know where you're headed. I'm hearing lack of plan. Some of you don't have a plan to begin with to know what direction to move in. So that might be where you want to start. Wow. And it's almost like I'm hearing one person's voice in particular who's just very emotionally, it's mental and emotional stress. But it's like they're feeding off of each other. So the more I feel low vibrational, the more my mind is going on this tangent, and the more I allow myself to run on this tangent, I keep thinking of other things that are bringing my vibrations even lower, which is making me think about other, like it's an ongoing cycle, and it's all because you're moving into a space of the unknown. But you have to kind of stop. Definitely, chakras need to be aligned. There must be some time given to go and just sit. And I like the fact that she's sitting and pondering. No, I don't know what's going on in that space, in that time. I don't necessarily understand where I'm heading or what's going on with this energy. But I'm just going to sit with it and meditate and give it to the universe and allow it to be what it is. Even though she's in a space, if you see, where she kind of feels stranded. She's stuck out on that iceberg or this rock in the middle of nowhere. Just herself and the elements. But I don't get a sense of anxiety or worry. I get the sense of I'm going to allow the universe to guide me. This is not your energy. This is the energy that you're running from. Moving into that unknown. If you are getting stomach cramps and stomach aches and feeling nauseous during this time, this is why. Because you're not in a space of allowing what is to be. And it's not even that you're trying to force something different. You're just allowing the anxiety to eat you alive because you don't know. But this space, especially if you take the time to work on your chakras, and it's very specifically saying the solar plex chakra and the crown chakra. Sit in meditation, cleanse these chakras, get them back in alignment. Because this is what's going to help you progress a little more. Once you come to the end of this retrograde period, I think you will feel more leveled out. But if you recognize this princess came out on top of Mount Shasta, this is the Princess of Cups, the Princess of Emotions. And Mount Shasta is the place that we go to recharge and rejuvenate and get grounded and connect to those higher beings that are here to guide and help and assist us through this journey. You're in a space now during this retrograde where it's not much you can do for yourself because you've kind of put your senses into a state of shock. This retrograde is about you just being and allowing. Let the universe do what it's going to do. Don't get too worried about it because at the end, they're going to give you what you need to continue to grow, to continue to elevate, to get out of this energy of feeling trapped in your head, trapped in your body, trapped in your spirit. You're not trapped. You're freer than you ever realized. But you're not the only one making plans for your future steps. The universe is here showing you, trying to guide you and protect you, your ancestors, your guides. You got to take some of that heaviness, some of that weight off of yourself and give it back to the universe during this period. That's what they want you to know. And I hope this was a benefit, I hope, to you. Whoever deck 3 resonated with, listen, I know it can get crazy and we can get caught up sometimes, and throw ourselves off track. But even when we're in these lower vibrational spaces, you're still a magical motherfucker. You're just not practicing your skill the way you should be. And when you recognize that, don't get discouraged. Don't beat up on yourself. There's no guilt involved. You just recognize where you are at that point and begin to move forward. Okay? Once again, you guys are beautiful, and I hope this helped. Stay magical, motherfuckers. I love you.